America's #1 sports
Mike,
book. It is
shut up for
unquestioned.
one
I'm in the middle of a read, boy. You can't stop me now. Right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets with any winning $5 money line bet. That's $150 if your team wins. So if you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, there's no better time to get in on the action than right now. The app is so easy to use. There's a wide range of betting options, including spreads, player props, over-unders, and much, much more. So visit FanDuel.com/UCSS to kick off the NFL season. FanDuel, an official partner of the NFL, an official partner of the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. We will talk plenty of Guardians in overtime, but we got to talk to Deshaun Watson.
Let me just read one thing that.
But we're going to lose people. As soon as you say Guardians, we're going to lose people. I'm telling you.
I don't care. If
We
they're that
do.
Go
We're
ahead,
peak
read it.
Deshaun Watson time. This is peak Deshaun Watson
I
time.
want to just. They just broke news. We can talk about it for a minute, and if people go away, they're bad fans. All right?
Yeah, do it, but you got a minute. Seriously, you got a minute.
Forget it. Go ahead.
Go ahead, say it.
Forget it.
Say
Let's
it.
talk. Let's talk about Deshaun Watson. Go ahead.
Are you going to read it?
Go ahead.
I don't
forget
have it. No, the votes manager will talk about it more in
Go
overtime.
ahead. Go talk about Deshaun
We
Watson.
talked about Deshaun off the top, and I said at the Open I didn't like the way he played in the first half. I thought he was apprehensive, tentative, wasn't confident in what he was seeing, wasn't really ripping it downfield. The first 2 drives was like, see, told you, shouldn't have played him. There's a mistake. Can't throw it over 5 yards. And then he cut loose and ripped it 59, 60 yards to Amari Cooper. And then he seemed to settle in, had a few better throws in the second half, was able to throw it down the field more. Here's the thing that I wrote, though, after the game, and this is just sort of until we see otherwise. The Browns' offense right now, their bread and butter is sort of what it was in years past. And that's not what it was supposed to be with Deshaun. But because of the injuries, because of now Jed Wills looks like he may be out for a while, because of Deshaun's shoulder, it's the screen game, it's play action, and take a shot on third down. And it's not a sexy way to play, but it's been effective to this point. And with this defense, the way the defense is playing, you're going to have to rely on them to win games. We just spent 20 minutes talking about how terrific this defense has been. So it's sort of like, I covered Jim Tressel when he was at Ohio State, and it was sort of the way that he played with punt and field position, where you get a couple first downs, you punt, you hold them, you get the ball back, you get a first down, you punt. Now you've pinned them deep. You get the ball back. Now you got the ball at midfield, and now you can get points out of it. So it's sort of stacking, not even plays, but stacking drives on top of each other to where you get to the point where get a key turnover, get on a short field, and get points out of it. But it's not the 5 wide throwing the ball all over the place that we thought you were going to get with Deshaun. It's a lot of run heavy, extra linemen, extra tight ends. Nick Harris is a fullback. Nick Harris is a tight end. Harrison Bryant and Njoku in there. And just run the ball, play action, and take your shots on third down.
I like the fact that they're starting to run the ball more out of shotgun. You're starting to see more delayed draws, different things like that. And look, I said it, last week on the barbershop when we were doing the podcast. I said, look, sometimes you got to look in the mirror and say, okay, well, let me look and see what my identity is. And even if we got Deshaun Watson, what's the best way that we could go about winning football games? And if you could get Deshaun Watson to play clean football, he's not going to turn the ball, if he doesn't turn the ball over. And if he scrambles to pick up first downs, now you'll start to get people that'll come up a little bit and he can do the scramble drill. We haven't even seen him do the scramble drill yet this year because he just hasn't been called for. That hasn't been what was in the books, in the plans. So now you can start adding things like RPOs in the game. Now that you see that he can take a hit or a few hits and he's ready to go. But for me, when DPJ, got traded, a lot of people thought that it might be, Cedric Tillman or David Bell. But no, get ready. There's tight ends that are going to be involved, like Harrison Bryant, David Njoku is seeing more. I would say David Njoku is almost the second option for Deshaun Watson. He's almost the second guy he's looking for. And we saw, what's his 84? I forget his name all the time.
Oh, the third tight end, Akins?
We saw Akins. They dusted him off and got him out the closet a little bit.
They didn't even know who it was on the broadcast.
They were shocked he got a target.
I hadn't seen him since training camp. So get ready for a lot of that stuff. And guess what? I wasn't even mad at the Stefanski's gadgets with this stuff. I saw Kareem Hunt in his shotgun. I saw him do a fake reverse. I seen him go with the full house backfield, shifted into it. And I love the Nick Harris stuff at fullback. So, hey, I like it.
Deshaun Watson it was absolutely the right call. You know, we often kill the Browns organization when they do stupid things. And in their modern history, they've mostly done stupid things. Mm-hmm. It's been a poorly run organization. The decision to start Deshaun Watson yesterday turned out to be the right call. It was the wrong call against Indianapolis because he was not capable of playing. It was the right call yesterday. And listen, who knows? Maybe if he would have played the whole game against Indianapolis, maybe the second half would have been better. But even in the first half when Deshaun Watson I thought was not playing well. And can we not do this again? So like when Baker Mayfield was here, and I'm just going to bring this up as comparison, we got to the point where most people had picked their camps. We either liked Baker or you didn't. And if you were in the anti-Baker camp, as I was, but unlike me, most people in the anti-Baker camp never wanted to give Baker credit when he played well, ever. Right. It didn't matter. Conversely, the Baker bros never would admit when he didn't play well, unless it was beyond obvious that he could have. And now we're already starting to see the same things.
Yeah.
The pro-Watson people are going to try to argue that he played a great game yesterday. Stop that. He didn't play a great game. He was pretty bad in the first half. He played, and then the anti-Watson people are going to say, oh, he had just made one throw in the second half. He wasn't very good. No, listen, he played pretty well in the second half. He is far still from where he needs to be and where the Browns traded for him not to be a game manager, but to be a game winner, to be a difference maker. Right now, he's not. Either he's not capable or he's not capable at the moment.
Well, he's not healthy. He said again yesterday he's not 100%. He's not going to be 100% the rest of the year.
Jason, you're on the field. You got to do it.
I agree.
You know, yes, Burrow's playing better now because he's healthier. I didn't give him a pass for the way he played early in the season.
It's a factor. If you're on the field, you have to perform. But the reality is he is hurt. He's not going to be 100% the rest of the way.
Right. But I thought the way he played in the second half, he cut it loose in the second half.
Yeah, he did.
He made that one throw at the end of the first half, but for the most part, he did not play well in the first half, I thought. Second half, he made a lot of good throws. But I noticed, and Mike and I were talking about this yesterday, can you guys shut up back there? You're making too much noise. We're trying to do a show here. I hear you guys mumbling to each other, so shut the hell up.
No graphics.
Bull's just pouting because he can't talk Guardians.
I can talk about whatever the hell I want, but they were being so annoying and they ruined the whole thing when I want to talk about it for a minute. Instead of saying, we got to go for 30 seconds, and Earl's like in the background, oh my God, we're going to lose people. Oh my God, who cares? They'll be back.
Bull, real quick, do you know what I was telling?
No!
I was telling Earl make his Stephen vote Canvas so we can.
We was just trying to produce
Shut
the
up,
show.
I don't want to hear from you.
Hey, go ahead. Get your money
Anyway,
off. Get your money off.
Deshaun Watson played well in the second half, and yes, he may not be the best he's going to be at this point. And we don't know if we're ever going to see that guy consistently that we saw in Houston. It may never happen. And if it doesn't, it's a big disappointment. But for this team, right now, this season, they don't need him, at the moment at least, to be superhuman. They need him to be good.
Right.
I thought he was good in the second half.
And we're 40 minutes into the show. I don't think we've mentioned it. They didn't turn the ball over. They didn't turn the ball over. That's huge.
Yeah.
So call it game manager, call whatever you want. Hold on to the football. Don't turn the ball over. Don't put your defense in bad spots in short fields, sudden change situations. And it's going to go a long way toward winning. One more thing, what you said at the start about don't divide into camps, that's done. As long as Deshaun is here, because of his history, because of how he got here, the sides have been drawn, and no one's going to cross over. Either you love him or you hate him, and that's the way it's going to be. It's a shame, but that's the way it's going to be.
I wish Jay was here because I would ask him, has this ever been done on TV before? So I was watching 19 Action News. I was watching the fifth quarter.
You're not allowed to watch them.
I watch all of them.
The answer is yes. I know where you're going with this, and yes.
I mean,
you know the live tweet ticker?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fatal flaw in the system, but it happens every week.
They had the ticker on, and the ticker was like he's sitting there. The Browns said, and the top it says Browns win 27-0. He's smiling, and at the bottom there's guys tweeting, just trolling, like he's still hurt. Get him out of here. He's terrible. We should have never gave up the picks. He's great. Like it was like every single comment, and I'm like, is this supposed to happen, or was this like a thing? Because I haven't seen anything like that. I don't see that on like WKYC or it's Fox 8, none of that. I'm like, dang, this is crazy. And it just shows you that there are two camps, bro. Like, these people are not, I mean, it almost seems like they didn't even watch the game. You would have swore up and down and said the Cardinals won 27-0.
Well, I did see something this morning about, I forget where I saw it, but like, let me get this straight. A year later, Houston already has a better quarterback than Cleveland.
You're right.
That's like, well,
so yeah, I saw.
Let's not talk about that right now.
So he was getting killed for three things. They was like, Baker's about to bring him back. Look, listen.
Baker did bring him back.
He brought him back.
And then C.J. Stroud brought them back.
And then C.J. Stroud brought him back. And then they both used those against Deshaun Watson at the same time. Baker brought him back and C.J. threw for 450. They're both winning and we suck. I was like, dang,
and right now, you'd rather have C.J. Stroud than both of those guys.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, but yeah, I'm with Jason. At this point, it's almost like, we go out, you try to, it's like voting now. Like, everybody knows who they're gonna vote for. No one's flipping. I could come to you with all the information in the world. You're gonna say, I ain't doing that. It's the same thing with Deshaun Watson. It's already baked in the cake. The only way it turns around is if he wins the Super Bowl.
Well, he's got to play great. If he plays great and leads them to deep into the playoffs, then it'll come. I'm sure when all the controversy with Ben Roethlisberger started in Pittsburgh, I'm sure there were plenty of Pittsburgh fans who were like, I don't like this guy. I don't want him here. And then he won games, and most people forgot about it.
We don't need to go down this rabbit hole, but it's different there because he was drafted there. He had a long track record there before any of that came up. Deshaun came here under this pretense or under this cloud.
We don't like.
That's why
Cleveland fans, for better or worse, do not like outsiders. If you were brought here in a trade, if you were brought here in free agency, you don't get the same leeway as the guys they traded that we drafted here.
That's true.
In some instances, people like shows you this is really good quality. I dropped it.
Don't talk about that.
I dropped it.
People are going to go off the show. Don't talk about the bottle.
That's the Kool-Aid Mafia. We can talk about that. But look, even Johnny Manziel admitted he did not care, did not like his teammates, didn't look at his book all year, and he didn't get killed like this. He didn't get destroyed like this. I'm like,
he was getting killed. Killed
by the end.
But there were people that was like, nah, that's just Johnny being Johnny.
Yeah. Well, Deshaun hasn't played well enough in his time in Cleveland to this point. So some of the criticism is fair.
Some will convert.
And if he plays better, come around. But the bottom line is, overall for the game, I'd give him either a C+ or a B-.
I'm right there with you.
Right?
C+. I give him a C+.
G, what are you giving him for the game?
I'm going to go, because I seen a couple throws, I'm going to give him a B-. 2.7.
That throw to Amari Cooper in the second half, that long throw that set up the last touchdown. Was it the last touchdown? Yeah, I think it was. That was as good a throw as you could make.
Yeah. Yep.
Was
that his best throw of the game?
What's that?
Was that his best throw of the game? The one?
No, there's one.
I thought that was the best
There's
throw.
the one Jake Burns has where he fits this ball in this window, like it was to Amari Cooper.
Time
too.
has said that's getting picked against a better defense. That one's getting picked.
Well, he must have knew he wasn't a better defense. He fit it in there. I'm gonna give him credit for it.
But he had enough. It was only a handful, but he had enough in there that lets you know, okay.
Right.
It's there. It's there when you need it. I don't know if you want him. I don't know if he's capable of doing that 15, 20 times a game. But when you got to have it, it's there.
The bottom line is Deshaun, at whatever percent he's playing at right now, is way better than P.J. Walker.
Oh, Lord.
I mean,
yes.
Yes.
They would have won with P.J. Walker probably.
Yes. They would.
But they wouldn't have won. They wouldn't have scored as many points probably. Who knows? Arizona's the worst team in football. So. Or
now
Carolina.
they are.
And by the way, we don't hit deep balls. I could name on my hand 10 players that hit deep balls ever in Cleveland. We're not just dropping back, throwing bombs on people. That don't happen.
They missed
one thing real quick, and then we will we'll move on here. Steve, you take tag board full. Here's his passing chart from yesterday. And Next Gen Stats does a good job putting this out. They attempted 4 deep balls, which is something we had not seen really at all in the Browns offense. There was a ton of stuff short to the right. His ADOT wasn't great. His completion percentage over expected wasn't great. But overall, 19 of 30 for 219 and 2 scores you will take in his first game back. I thought when his feet were set, he was able to throw the ball. Anything kind of off platform was still a little shaky. But as a start, as a first time back in essentially 6 weeks, that was pretty damn impressive.
It was a step in the right direction, if nothing else. It was a step in the right direction, and I think Mike made a good point. We were talking about this off the air yesterday.
Mike's not allowed to make a good point. You're mad at him.
I'm not mad at him anymore. I'm over it. I was mad at both of them in the moment. I'm over it. But when he was on the run and trying to throw, it looked ugly.
Yeah.
When he was in the pocket and was able to set and use his body properly, had the mechanics right, he was making good throws. Right now on the run is where
he's normally pretty good on the run, so he's got to figure that part out.
Yeah.
And there were moments again where there's like a fine line. What he's really good at is holding on to the ball and letting plays develop. But at the same time, when you compete with Walker, now Walker's not good, but he was getting the ball out fast. And now the linemen, I think, have to adjust back to holding the blocks a little bit longer without getting called for without a holding call.
Yeah.
And giving him the opportunity to let things develop. It's an adjustment period for all these guys.
Doesn't it feel? I feel like this is the last month. The Browns have gotten more calls in their favor than ever. I feel like.
Thank you. I've been complaining for 12 years.
Yeah, it feels like they've gotten every call,
Yeah.
almost every call in there. Any close call has gone in their favor for the last month.
And one more thing about Deshaun, I think we talked about before the show. He needs to practice. He just needs the practice reps. He hasn't had full weeks of practice because of this. He needs the full reps on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, both for the shoulder, for the confidence, for the familiarity, for the comfortability. And maybe we'll see him be able to disperse the ball more than just Amari Cooper and Njoku and get other guys involved. He just hasn't had the practice reps. He needs to practice before you get to the games.
Does anything translate that you think could carry over to Baltimore?
From yesterday?
Yeah.
Those couple of throws, it's in there. It's in there. It's in the bag if he's got to get it. If he needs to rip one down the field, he has the strength to do it. So, that should translate, and that hopefully would get better with more time, with more reps, more practice, and more rest.